So here I am again, Nancy, today. Let's have a prayer, okay? Dear Heavenly Father, as we come to the end of another day, we would like to thank Thee for our many, many blessings. Thank You for all the things that didn't go wrong that could have gone wrong. Thank You for all the wonderful things that went right. Thank You for the parts of our bodies that work well. Thank You for blessing us with opportunities to choose and for things around to inspire us. Thank You for all the good influences on the earth, all the uplifting talks and the uplifting scriptures, and we're so grateful that we're not alone on the earth, but that we have others here, and that we can help one another to be happy, to have what we need, and that we can serve Thee. And we're grateful for the happiness that service brings to us. And we'd like to ask that Thou will prompt us of the things that Thou needs us to do, and that we don't waste our time and do things that are of no value, but that we use all of our time wisely. And thank You for the lives that we have touched today that have touched ours as well. And we're grateful for our families and our relationships. We'd like to ask that Thou will help us in all of our relationships, that we may not judge one another, but that we may learn from one another, and that we may always speak kind and uplifting words and have those kinds of feelings and thoughts as well. And we ask for a good sleep, and we ask for protection, and we ask that those who are not safe and who have no one to protect them, that they may hear from Thee, that they may feel Thy presence with them as they reach out to Thee in the darkness, and that they may have peace. And these things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, Willem. I'm making a live video. I guess you may have figured that, since I don't usually pray aloud when I'm alone. There's a mosquito. I caught him. Ha! I got him. He didn't even escape my grubby little mitts. Well, hello. There's 3 people watching and 1 thumbs up, so somebody's been here before. So, hello. Today is day 3 of our mission. Today was our temple day. We skipped the work and took the day.
Can I close the front door?
What?
Can I close the big door?
You may. You would lock the little door so it won't fall open?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave it open though, like that if you want. As long as it's not going to come open.
Well, I have to.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Suze. Okay.
Once this door is locked.
What?
Once this door is locked, it doesn't really matter here, right?
Yeah, when the outside door is closed, it doesn't matter what's happening with the inside screen.
Right. Okay.
We're still figuring this place out. The screen door doesn't really hold when you latch it, but this is bug season, and so it's kind of important to have a screen that completely closes and keeps all those critters away. Black flies and mosquitoes. I actually heard a mosquito last night. I thought that I had gotten deaf enough that I can no longer hear the mosquitoes, but last night one was, I don't know how close he was to my ear, but I could hear him. So, not everything is gone yet. So to get from here to the temple is a whole different thing than going from home. Hi, Leanne. Nice to see you. So luckily, where we're camping is closer to the temple than home. So it didn't take as long, but actually it did take a long time because we were trying to avoid the main highways that we know have big traffic jams on them. Because by the time we leave the temple, it's about rush hour. I think we left there at 3 today. And we tried very hard to avoid, I was driving, so I tried to avoid all the busy highways, the 410 and the 401 and the 407. I didn't want to take them, so I stayed on Bramalea. And then I tried to make our way up to the wilderness. We're up north of Peterborough on Sandy Lake. Anyway, we did it, and we stopped at Walmart, and there was a few things that I needed. Our outhouse is pretty awful. It tipped over at some point, and so I think it was before winter or so, or during the winter. Anyway, so it needs a good pressure wash, and um, and the bathroom in our trailer also, it doesn't smell today is bad, but I don't know. I guess maybe it needs to be emptied. Maybe there's a seal leaking or something. I don't know. I was ready to go out and take a shovel and dig a hole in the woods and put a box over it and a curtain around. I may still do that. Who knows? Anyway, those are little situations. So I bought an electric pressure washer and a good cord that would be hopefully long enough to get there from here so that I can pressure wash it without having to deal with gasoline and motors and pulling cords, and all that stuff is not my cup of tea. And gas being the destroyer of the planet, I think it's good not to use it as much as possible. So anyway, so I got an electric pressure washer, so I'll try and tackle that tomorrow maybe. And yeah, I can't really go in it until I've done that. And I got a filter for the sink because the water has a lot of chlorine in it. It has to be in there because I guess it needs it. But then I don't want to drink it. So this Brita filter, now the filter is plastic, which is not ideal at all. But you're thirsty. We got to do something. I don't want to buy plastic bottles of water. That stuff doesn't taste any good. But this filter seems to take all the taste out of the water, which is really nice. I also got 5 boxes of baking soda. I put 2 of them in the bathroom because I got to get rid of that smell. I put 1 here by the bed and 1 on the refrigerator and 1 on the table. And, I got them all around and I also, what else I got? Oh yes, we stocked up on some frozen food and frozen vegetables and frozen fruit. And I got rid of them some rice cakes. And anyway, there's a big refrigerator at the pavilion. And so there's 2 huge freezers, but they're not turned on yet. So I put it in the freezer down there. And what else did I do? Oh, and I also got a little vacuum cleaner. I have a shop vac, which is very noisy, but it does the job. And I can just dump out the bucket. I don't have to change bags. And I think the reason I didn't like those kind of vacuum cleaners is I don't want to be dependent on buying vacuum cleaner bags. It's much better if it's just in a container and you just dump it. I have a spot outside where I dump my vacuum cleaner, since most of it is dirt, and then I sift through it, and if there's any bits of paper or any trash, plastic or whatever, that goes in the garbage, but the rest of it's outside where it belongs anyway. Anyway, so I got a little tiny shop vac, but it doesn't have a stem with it, or whatever those 2 tubes are called. Tubes? Extension tubes. It's 4 feet long hose. It'll be okay for cleaning in all these cupboards. I have to go through all these cupboards and take out anything that's in there and make sure everything is clean and do all the dishes. No, it's not hot in here. It was with that door closed. It was a little bit warm, but it's it's pretty good. There's a lot of windows in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 windows in here, plus one in the ceiling in here, and then one in the ceiling in the bathroom. So it's pretty good. In fact, last night it was cold in here, but it was hot today. I think it was 27 at the temple in Toronto. But by the time we got back here, it was 23, but it was also 8 o'clock at night. So adding our trip to Walmart, I didn't mean to stop at Walmart. I really don't like Walmart. I think I didn't ever really want to go to Walmart because it would put everything else out of business. And now I guess it's too late. I think it's happened. Zellers, Kmart, Target, everything has gone out of business, and all that's left is Walmart. At the beginning, Walmart was nice and cheap, but then everything else has gone out of business, so now they can charge what they want. Anyway, I don't like getting roped into that sort of stuff. Usually where everybody goes is probably not the best idea. Anyway, so I did get that shop vac and that pressure washer there, though. And what else did we do? We had a full day in the temple. There are 3 different things you can sign up, get appointments to do, and so we did all of them. It was lovely to be in the temple again. It's just such a spiritual place. It's so peaceful and so bright. It's really the house of the Lord. Holiness to the Lord, the house of the Lord. Temples have been on the earth since the beginning, as well as temple ordinances and covenants. But most of the world doesn't know about them. Anyway, so we had a lovely day today. That was good. And then we got home and we went over to visit our other, I don't know how to refer to them. They are, since there's 2 couples here, they are the senior missionaries because they've been here last year, and we're the junior service missionaries because this is our first year. So they're the camp directors and we're the assistant camp directors. It's kind of weird to be a camp director. That's a lot of responsibility. You know how I am with responsibility. Well, I'm trying hard. I just try not to mess up too much. I hope that my mistakes are not too big. That's it. Little mistakes, that's always understandable. But the big mistakes, you really have to not be listening to the Spirit to make the big ones. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, so we went over there and hung out with them in their trailer. That's kind of nice. We came over. I always say when I get near their house, I say, "Oh, it looks like you have company." And she says, "Come on in." It's kind of neat because they're country folks like us. Like, they're not big city folks. They have bees and they have a very rural life. And they live in the other trailer, which is up right alongside the lake, and so they can see the sunset from their table, from the bench at the table, inside, That's nice. Oh, we'll just have to drop in before sunset. 11 people are here. Oh no, I hope I have something important to say. Oh, we're down to 10. That's better. Phew. Get embarrassed if I think anybody's watching. How's that for being a true YouTuber? Anyway, so today was our day off. So it was day 3 of our mission, but we didn't do anything at the camp here. We left early in the morning, It was supposed to be a 2.5 hour drive to get there from here, but we left at 6:30 this morning. We were supposed to be there for 9:30 or 10. Our first appointment was at 10, so but we only got there at 20 to 10, so rush hour slowed us down a bit. Extra half an. Hey, can you hear the loon? Did you hear? Just the lonely cry. I can't do it. Hi, NYC Bubbles. How are you today? How's good old New York? New York, New York. Putting on the Ritz. That's what they do in New York, eh? Putting on the Ritz. I'm really not into the Ritz at all. I think that, money is a pretty valuable commodity and you shouldn't waste it on food that costs a whole lot if you're in a restaurant and it's very cheap if you go to the store. I think you work hard for your money, so if you want to be able to not work so hard, you have to not spend so much, right? Spend too much. Everybody seems to be in debt. That's a sad thing. We were in debt when we were younger. It's nice to be old. I'm enjoying this oldness. Every day I find some new oldness ailment. Oh, that's gone now. Yeah, the hearing, that went. The sight, I got the bifocals. Trifocals would be good. Teeth, those are gone. Eyes, ears, mouth, back. Yep, the vertebrae. I got a few that still work. Discs, a few discs stay in place. Some of the muscles are strong, some of them are completely shot. But muscles are a cool thing, they come right back. If you start doing exercise, just some exercise, like what I like to do is where you clench all of your core muscles and your butt muscles, and you just clench everything and you hold it for a minute or a moment, and then you let it go. And you do it again, and you'll find that after a few days of this, everything clenches tighter than it did the first day. And if you have all those core muscles working, then, then a lot of things stay in place. It's a lot better for you, don't you think? I never really had much good muscles. Anyway, my son is really good with muscles. But I have this new ailment. Would you like to hear about it? Yes, well, it's called Shin Splints. I never heard of it. But when I was stepping up on a step, going up a step, I had this pain I'd never had, which is straight down the front of my shin, like about 6 inches long or something. And that whole place, when I stepped on that step, it all hurt. I thought, oh, what in the world is this? So I looked it up. It's called Shin Splints, and people that do repetitive actions get them. A lot of runners get it. And it gets worse. It gets worse and worse. And so what do I do that's repetitive, So I'm at the very point, day one of it almost. I had it twice. I got a little bit when I was coming up the hill yesterday. But if it's going to get worse if you do repetitive things, then you don't want to do repetitive things. But what do I do that's repetitive? I clean my house, I walk around. And I don't really do a whole lot. I haven't been, it's been winter forever. And so I haven't been doing stuff like, well, I go for walks sometimes, but not as regularly as I do in the summer. Anyway, so I just have to keep my eye on it and figure out how I can improve that. But anyway, it's always fun to have something new to think about, don't you think? Something new to research and to investigate. And our bodies are such intricate things, like anything goes wrong and we just focus in on it like, whoa, this hurts. Why is this hurting? Oh no, what have I done? What can I do to keep it from hurting? How do I get rid of the pain? It's like It's like the dishes are all dirty. Oh no, the dishes are all dirty. We have no clean dishes. What do we do? What do we do? Ha! We have a solution. So you just have to find all the solutions. And these are all things that I'm experiencing new things, right? My skin was never sliding off my body before. I mean, this is really weird. You twist it and it just makes all these wrinkles. And it's like, what happened? You know, I did Mary Kay years ago. I sold Mary Kay for a little while. And one of the things that they said was that you should always wipe your skin going upward because you didn't want to make it sag. Well, you know what? Do what you want, but when you're in your 60s, your skin, one of the symptoms of being in your 60s is that your skin gets thin and loose. And so it's going to fall, it's going to slide off. It doesn't matter if you did this. It's not sliding off because you stretched it. It's just a function of your skin. It's what your skin does when it gets in its 60s. It's been holding nice and tight for. I love them anyway. How are you, Marie? Repetitive activities, too many pillow fights with the grands. Oh, I had a good way of doing pillow fights. I lay on the bed with a pillow and I just whomped them. And he would chop it, or punch it or something. But I couldn't stand up. And like his idea of a pillow fight is me moving the pillow and he just hits it. It's like he's just defensive. But of course, if he does get a pillow, then he tries to wallop me. Very important to take off your glasses when you are having a pillow fight with grandchildren, or probably anybody. I just read a comment from you tonight, Marie. It was so beautiful. I thought, wow, what a beautiful comment. You always have written nice comments. Of course, you wrote it 6 years ago, and it had to do with the video that it was on, and I haven't seen that video in 6 years and probably forgot what it was about 2 days later anyway. With some of these original names like Update. Yes, you can see I put a lot of thought into this. You notice I have on a short sleeve dress? Like, it's getting warm. I can wear short sleeves again. Oh, did I tell you there was a dragonfly here yesterday? Marie says, thank you, Nancy. You're easy to love. See? Comments like that. I mean, look at me. I'm smiling. Thank you. Those are awesome. I need smiles. And then I can smile back and everybody can think, oh, she's such a happy person. It's a trick. You say something nice to me, I smile, and you think I'm really happy. Of course, making videos does make me happy. So, this is our service mission. So day 4 is tomorrow, when we actually have to do something useful. I mean, going to the temple is useful, but it's not here. Anyway, so we're supposed to clean out the washrooms tomorrow. That's the next thing, because tomorrow evening, the first group of people come. They're not here to camp. They're here to work. And hi, Scarlett. It's so nice to see you. It's so good to see you. Thanks for shopping in. That was my daughter. But how to grow a garden with Scarlett Damon? That's my daughter. You should check her out. She's really cool. I love watching your videos, Scarlett. I don't usually spend too much time watching them, or any videos actually, except how-to. Well, that is a how-to, but anyway. Oh, is opening day. Opening day is tomorrow? On Saturday, eh? You never did tell me what you're going to be selling. Is this bedding plants and things? Anyway. Forget what we were saying. Oh, yeah, so tomorrow is the outhouses. They're not outhouses, they're flush toilets. I like that they have flush toilets. We only have 3 outhouses here. One by our camper. which is also by the sports field. Where are the other two? Willem, where are the other two outhouses? One's probably on the beach. Is one on the beach?
I'm not sure. There is one.
Oh, the other two are sitting beside all the row of flush toilets right now. They haven't been put out where they go, but there's only going to be 3 of them. Well, so that's kind of nice not to have too many of them to wash. They each need a box of baking soda. I'll put one in when I do that. Should probably suspend it so it's not in the way. It doesn't get dumped over. Anyway, that's our itinerary for tomorrow, is to get those washrooms all ready, clean the showers. Those bathrooms look very clean. They're really looking good. There's a couple of them that have other items in them that have been stored in them for the winter. I forget what they are, but things that shouldn't be left out in the snow. And I think there's a raft that, one of those plastic rafts. I think that's in one of the showers. They're pretty big rooms, The raft it's an inflatable one that's all rolled up or something. Anyway, so that's what's happening tomorrow. That doesn't sound too hard. If I get up at 7 or 6 and I go and do it all by 9, ha! We have a lot more time in the day. I can't do much after, in the afternoon, and it's supposed to be pretty hot tomorrow. So I have to be careful of how much energy I expend, because I only get so much in a day, Of course, there's this book I read once. Oh, here's my daughter. Start over. How was your day? How was start over? We went to the temple today. Today was temple day. So we left at 6:30 this morning and got home at 8 o'clock tonight. Hung out with our senior companion couple for a little while and chatted in their trailer and watched the sunset. Then once the sunset, well, that's it. Time to go home. And I still haven't really cleaned this place up. We didn't get to do that the first day. It's pretty good, but there are dead bugs here and there, ants and such. This is the easiest way to talk to me, she says. Okay, so what did you say? Oops, it's not the way to do it. 21st of May is the grand opening of... Hey, how come it's not showing me the whole text? 21st of May is the grand opening of... We're selling perennials, annuals, and something, and vegetables. And eventually teas, something, I can't read anything else. Garden knickknacks, and gardening too, something is plants. Hi, Thread Over Tea. I don't think we've met. Well, I'm Nancy. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you spoke up. Yes, watching the sunset was nice. Did I tell you? Yesterday there was a video. I walked behind the trailer to the edge of the ridge. And yeah, it just goes, How to Grow Garden with Scarlet D.A. How come it's happening like that? Maybe if I turn it this way? No, it's not going to rotate. I don't know. So yesterday I walked to the edge of the plateau, or it's not really a plateau, but anyway, it drops off and there's a valley. So what is it called when you go to the edge of this normal and then there's a drop off? What is that called, that place? The top of the valley? The edge of the valley? The edge of the ridge? Well, I did rotate my phone, but you see what happens is that it won't change in the middle. Now that one worked fine. Well, you've got a very long one. I don't know. That hasn't happened on other ones. That's because you're special. So whenever one that's longer than everyone else's comes up, I'll know, oh, that's my daughter. Hello, hello. Oh, dear. Oh, I was going to ask you, how did you got some willows? Did you get them all put in your water to sprout them? Or to root them, I mean? So I was going to say, so yesterday I went to the edge of the ridge and I looked over and and there was a stream down there. And it's really cool to see that there's a stream there and all these deer prints and things. It's quite a long valley, and it's pretty steep over at the, this way, but that way, it's, the valley is rising up, so it's getting closer to this level. So anyway, I went down there and explored yesterday, and I found a good thick log across the stream, and I think I will venture to the other side and up to the top of the other side of the valley another day. But I can't do it and use up my energy, so I have to be careful to do it later, after I've done the day's work, right? Then I can take my violin and my chair and go hang out in the woods and play music for the deer. And the turkeys, there's turkeys out here, and raccoons. There was one living on top of the building under the covering, the canopy. So what did you say, Scarlett? Did you say? How are the bugs? I think they're very happy. um, there was very few bugs yesterday, but today, when we just got home tonight, there was it was a lot of black flies. A lot of black flies. I'm still waiting for my thread lover tea. Hold on, wait a minute. I missed something else. Oh, they're terrible there. Yes, well, there was a dragonfly here yesterday, so hopefully, if they're going to come out, the dragonflies are already coming out. We don't have to wait till the middle of June for the dragonflies. I'm sorry they're terrible there. That was a cool video. You mean the one, you watched the one when I went down to find the stream? That was fun. And Thread Lover T, I'm still waiting for my tiller to arrive. It's sitting in the final spot. The company is 3 days behind on delivering items to people. Well, 3 days is really not bad this anymore, is it? Because ports have now got many more ships backed up. I guess with China on lockdown, they're really trying to control Omicron. This is going to be a real um, a real experience for them all to have to try. I mean, I don't think there is controlling it. Anyway, so I think that's why that's why they're late. You have your first hummingbird. Nice. Oh, yes, that was that. NYC Bubbles. I forgot your name. Was it Tony? He lives in New York City. And Thread Lover T, where do you live? I don't have my notebook anymore here. I bring it with me for writing down where everybody's from. I have this cool notebook. Everybody helped me that night when I was trying to remember all the places to write down. Betty. Oh, this is Betty. So you and were you always Betty? I think there was someone else. NYC Bubbles. Oh, or maybe that was somebody else in New York City. Yeah, well, the memory went too. All the control mechanisms, that's all gone. Anyway, so what else should we talk about? So you're waiting for your tiller to arrive. You have your first hummingbird. The bugs don't go in the greenhouse. Something. Okay, I can still work. Oh, but that's okay. But I can't see that. Thread Lever T. I know. However, it's already here in my state, Maryland. Oh, you're in Maryland. Ah, you've got a Troy-built tiller. Those are the best. It arrived here in my state on the 10th. I called today, and it should be here on the 18th. Well, when's your last frost? Our last frost isn't until the 1st of June. But generally, in Ontario, in southern Ontario, it's 24th of May or something. I'm going to have a garden out here at the camp. There's a place where they throw the leaves away and the chips, and it's right by a pond, a bit of a pond, little small, kind of like a little stagnant pond. And that I'm going to plant around the edge of the leaf pile because the leaf pile is very, very old, so it'll be like at least a foot of soil under the top leaves. So I'll put squashes in the edges of that and maybe potatoes on the top of it. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, so I didn't plant the garden at home yet. I told Elida that I had all these potatoes, so I'm going to put the potatoes along the fence there, and she's going to garden in the rest of it, and so you have no more frost. Well then, I guess waiting till the 18th for your tiller is not a fun thing because you want to get it in right away, don't you? But just think, you'll have it every year. It'll always be there for you. A Troy built. I remember years ago they were like $3,000, and that was like, I don't know, 30 years ago. Can you plant a big garden and have volunteers help you? Well, probably. I could just plant the garden and then put a little sign up, community garden, players welcome. We could call it uh, the garden playground. No, the garden play structure. No. Anyway, but I want it near the water so that I don't have to carry water, and I don't want to feed it this chlorinated water that we get in here in the trailer. I got a Brita filter. Can you feed the deer there? Yes, I can. However, the deer generally don't care to be fed except in the winter because what they really like to eat is all the fresh grass and leaves, and yeah, they're browsers. So in the winter they will eat corn and, molasses, alfalfa. But now if you feed the deer, you're just going to end up with the raccoons eating it all. The raccoons at home, there's one that he's pretty bold. He's out all hours of the day and night. He's about, maybe he's a second year. Was he a baby last year? I think he was a baby the year before. Anyway, he's not a full-grown raccoon yet. Scarlett says, I started to plant up the new raised beds today. I'll just cover it at night if there's frost. Oh, good job. Good job. I also don't feed the bear. Oh, yes. Yes, you see, there are bears. There was bear tracks at the beach, not this year. The people that were the missionaries here, they've been here for 5 years, and they're not here anymore. But I think they saw bear tracks one year. NYC Bubbles, Betty, says, if a raccoon comes out in the daytime, they're usually rabid. But if they're rabid, don't they have foam at the mouth? Like, we've got raccoons that have always come out in the daytime. Bears love deer feed. That's what Scarlett said. Thread Lover T says, lol, that's right. I'll start with a hoe, grumble a bit, and just wait to do the rest of the garden. Yes, Scarlett had a bear last year. Was it last year? She was sitting out on her back step, and they were building a house, and the frame of the house was up, and it was now ready to keep the animals out. You could close the door. And she was sitting out on the back step, and around the corner of the house came a bear. And it was like, what was it, 4 feet away? Or 6 feet or something, and she saw it, and she just scrambled backwards and slammed the door. And then started noticing that it was always at 6 o'clock that they came. But you haven't had them yet this year, have you? But there is hunting season that goes on, so not every bear hangs around. They get taken away. But I don't want to feed the bears. I wonder if this has got a light in it. This doesn't work. I think there's no light bulb in here. There's a light bulb in there, but that doesn't work either. There's one in the other room, and if you do this about 10 times, it'll work. this isn't working. I don't know. Many things to discover. The raccoons like to hang in the tree. Something, whatever. Us in the days. Yeah, I always thought that animals that were out in the daytime were rabid. But how can you tell if they're rabid or not? Usually, I know how you could tell. They come towards you. They want to bite you. So if you have a rabid animal, they come towards you. This one, he always scurries back under the deck when it's daytime and he's out there. But sometimes, in the daytime, they can't really see very well. But they stick their nose up and smell. They can hear you and they can smell you, but they can't really see you. So if you move around, they don't notice. You move without making noise. Anyway. But they keep to the place where the sign says raccoon crossing, which is so important. Well, actually, they don't just stay there. They cross there and then they go everywhere. Ah, yes. So there are names for the trails here, but I have no idea what they are, but it is on a map. So I'm going to make signs and put up for the trails so that the trails have names. I'm looking forward to doing stuff. I have all these birdhouses to make. I did put one birdhouse on the tree out there. I brought all my tools. I brought my chop saw, my router, and the impact drill. Oh, hi, Nanby. I thought that was funny what you said earlier about that if you wouldn't go outside, and you would just wait for your husband, that you would stay in the house. I can't imagine. That would just be winter all over again. I've had enough of being in the house. Even eating in the pavilion is a little... Oh, you fear snakes. Well, here there aren't any. I wanted to ask you to make me, and that's what you said, Scarlett. I can't read the rest. I'm not feeding anything except my wild turkeys, so no bear yet. I don't know if that's where you stopped, but I can... You have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can put 35 letters, and then you have to put return. So it'll go back to the next line. Otherwise, I don't get it. So 35 letters is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. You know, like, I'm not feeding anything except my. So, yeah, we have grass snakes, you know, the ones that are green with the yellow stripe or yellow with a green stripe or something. Anyway, but they, as soon as they see you, they run away and hide. I suppose there might be other ones, but they're very difficult to see. I think there might be a rat snake, which is also I never see. Oh, you're able to read all of Scarlett's message. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Well then, oh, how come you are so fortunate? I'm on a small iPhone. Maybe it's my phone? I don't know. Maybe if I had a laptop it'll show up. But you know, all this chatting, this goes away once it's published. It doesn't show up anymore. So if I don't read everything everybody says now, it's gone. You can read them too, eh? But yours are all showing up with the nice rounded corners. Well, Scarlett's are square. It's because Scarlett follows the beat of a different drummer. Remember back in the 60s when that was the thing? Follow the beat of your own drum. Yeah, it's yours is one side, Scarlett, but it's flat and square on the other. Ah, dear. Well, the sun has gone down, you know. It's like, we don't have television here. This is it. I can talk to you guys on here, but I'm using data. And I can use about a half a gig a day, and then I'll have enough for the whole month. So I have to be careful. And I've already been on here 44 minutes. How long do I have, you think? I wanted to ask you to ... I only got 2 of the dots. Ah, once a mother, always a mother. Hey, Daniel. Daniel phoned me yesterday. He was showing me his plants. He's growing. He lives in Vietnam, and he's growing these avocados. He started the pits during the COVID thing, during the lockdown, and now one of his avocado trees is taller than he is. I believe it's an avocado. He also has a mango tree and a papaya. These are all things he started. Isn't that cool? I was so thrilled to hear from him. It was so nice. I was sitting on the beach last night, and Dad was with me, and he was standing behind me, and it's always nice when we see him, you know? I haven't seen him for a long time. I used to play Minecraft with him, but I think I messed up his game because he let me have cheats, and so I messed up he had this beautiful beach and a lake all around his house he'd built, and I came on. Oh, there you go. You messaged me on there, Scarlett. You're so funny. She went to Messenger and said, I wanted to ask you to make me another sign. Well, I don't know when I'll see you again. What would you like your sign to say? I have the old barn boards that I've been using for making birdhouses. Those are all the kind of boards I have. I don't have any of the cedar, the nice ones that match your other signs. Anyway, I brought a spider plant with me here. I have all those geranium plants at home, and I don't know what to do with them. They're so beautiful. If I bring them here, I don't want to kill them with this water, but I can get water from the pond over there. There's a pond not too far from here. I can drive right up to it. Little nursery in the woods. That's a long sign. I'm going to need a board 6 feet long to put that on it. We'll have to discuss this. You can bring your plants here. Huh. About that. I touched something and it opened. Looks like my internet's not working very well. Oh, there it goes again. We're all right. Yeah, I hope it didn't freeze. Sometimes it's black. If the screen goes black, you must notify me right away because there's no sense making a black screen video unless you're going to listen to it while you're sleeping anyway. Then I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Day 3. My back? What about my back? I am back. We are camping. But if you want to take my plants to your house, you may. You can also, yeah, help yourself to Willow. Oh, I am live again. Okay. Yeah, I touched your message by mistake, and it took me to Messenger, which meant I wasn't on here anymore, and then it was shaky, and here I am back again. Okay, yeah, you can go over the plants. My geraniums are up in the big room. Help yourself to taking them home. They're very beautiful. I love my plant, but don't let them die in the cold. I'm picking up 7 trees tomorrow. You are? What are your trees going to be like? They're going to be fruit trees probably, right? See if you have room. Yeah, I might bring them here in due time. I'm not sure really what I'm going to do with them, but they're heavy and I don't want to carry them downstairs and put them in the car and then take them home and bring them back upstairs. I was going to just leave them there. But Elida's going to water things. Maybe Tish is too. I didn't talk to Tish much about it yet though. But anyway, magnolia and some kiwis. Wow. Wow. You are optimistic. Yes. Oh, and peaches. Wow. Good job. I hope they live. I don't know how peaches are going to live up here. But if you find hardy hybrid peaches, it may work. You never know. You and your green thumb. And pears and others too. Huh. Pears will work. I have pears. They've had pears on them, but yeah, in your greenhouse. But how big is your greenhouse? It's not going to house a whole peach tree that's big. But you probably have hybrids, right? You probably got a zone 4 peach tree. If you find a wisteria, if you could get a wisteria and take it to your greenhouse, and I will pay you back for it, but I can't go and get one because I'm not there. Oh, it's a dwarf. That's cool. Yeah. I wonder, Daniels are probably going to get very big, you know. That's kind of cool that he's doing that. In a pot. Yes. That's okay. I guess. I don't know. I'm not very good on overcoming winter with plants. Winter just does a number on plants. And even if I take them inside, yeah, bring it in the house in the winter. A peach tree. Even a dwarf peach tree gets pretty big. Peaches are so awesome in Georgia. Ben says he wants to go back down to Niagara in August and get peaches. Bushels of peaches. Bushels of peaches are a good idea, aren't they? 5 inches? You mean it's only going to grow to be 5 inches? You're talking about your peach tree?
Well, hello there.
Hi, Willem. I'm chatting with Scarlett and Marie and NYC Bubbles. That's Betty and Suze, and there's a few people on here. 5 feet. Oh, 5 feet. Yeah, that's all right. 5 feet will do. Look, there's Dad. Also known as Elder Today.
Yeah.
Elder and Sister Today. Oh,
and
dear.
this is the lady here who said that 10 o'clock is bedtime.
That's right. I said that. It's 10 o'clock is bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime, 10 o'clock.
It is now. 11. Oh my gosh, this is what happens when you get me talking. That's it. Right, Willem? We have very silent car rides when I stop talking. Unless we have on the news. You know, you gotta watch the news. Sorry, what?
Excuse me.
Oh, about the 5 inches? 5 inches, 5 feet. Okay, well, I better get off. Feel free to text me, Scarlett, if you want. Yes, we can chat tomorrow. Okay, I love you guys. Any words of wisdom from you, sweetie?
Have a good one.
Be good. Okay, night-night. It's lovely talking to you. Thank you for all your compliments and nice things you say. Good night. Oh, that's fine to keep me chatting. I was going to keep chatting anyway. Okay, good night, everybody. And don't breathe in the pollution too deep. Oh, boy, it was polluted in Toronto. You could see this layer of brown. It was like there had been a fire or something. Good night, Nan B. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. I'll take you on an adventure. There's a new trail I found, 2 of them. I'll have to show it to you. Bye.